You know, this really does feel a lot like the first day of school right now. As I was setting up the lights, setting up my I'm monitoring my heart rate right now because I'm so anxious to be recording this episode. No, but as I was setting up like the lights, getting this bench, which I don't know why I decided that this bench was the like official bench that I was going to use to make podcast episode. We got a new dog. That's the, well, I guess I announced it in the last episode. I think we talked a little bit about me getting a new dog. Well, that's your first little, it's going to be, dude, I'm telling you, man, I knew as I was setting up this episode, as I was getting the lights ready, which I've not done in months. I think it's been like close to 9 months, I think, since I've done this in this room. And everything was going great. The dogs were quiet. And I was like, it would be so in the nature of my own show, my podcast, that the minute I get things rolling, the minute we're not even 2 minutes into the episode yet, that the dogs would start barking or that something would happen, right? Well, anyways, guys, welcome to episode, I don't know what I'm going to title this one. I don't know what I'm going to number it. I don't know if this is like season 2. As you guys can see, I rebranded the channel a little bit. I think we're dropping the My Tiny and we're just going with Little House for now until I can settle on, a name that I want to stick with. I'm getting over being sick right now. I'm sweaty because it's hot as fuck outside. I really picked my day to do this. It's like I'm on the mend of getting sick. We have a new dog at home who's barking up a storm, who's super loud. And of course, it's the minute I press go on all my stuff is the minute that we get some barks interrupting. I don't know. You guys aren't going to be too bothered by it, I hope. Unfortunately, I can't run the AC while I do this. I have just the fan going. I don't know if that's picking up, but if it is, I'm sorry. If you're listening to this in like your car or whatever, don't worry. Your car isn't overheating or that's not your car making that noise. I don't know why I said overheating. It's the summertime. That's why I said overheating. It also doesn't help. I'm wearing boy, this is a great episode for the audio listeners. I'm wearing really thick, heavy jeans. I'm wearing a shirt over my other shirt. I'm a little layered up today. So yeah, I really prepared myself here. It's also the hottest day of the week this week. Maybe we'll push, maybe this first 3 minutes now of this episode are going to get pushed to tomorrow, and I'm going to record the rest of it tomorrow. In fact, all right, I'm being pessimistic. I'm being negative. That's not why you guys clicked on this episode. You guys clicked on this because you're like, oh my God, is he back to doing this show regularly? I think so. I think we're going to be doing this, I think, on a weekly basis at the very least. And then slowly but surely, I guess, kind of carry our way back to a sense of normalcy again. I think I'm ready to come back to at least doing this. If I can't stream right now, I'm going to at least be able to sit in front of a camera and talk into a microphone for, an hour to an hour and a half or whatever time I really give you guys. Maybe this episode's going to be 30. Maybe I'll burn out in 25 minutes. And then the last 5 minutes of the episode is going to be me just going, yeah, well, I don't know what I'm doing anymore. I'm done. Yeah, I guess this episode's going to be shorter than normal. Because there's nothing better than a podcaster who, makes every episode shorter and shorter and then complains that the episodes are getting shorter and shorter. Or a YouTuber who keeps going, yeah, guys, sorry, I took a break for a while, but I'm going to get back into it soon, guys. And they just keep uploading update videos that are just, them saying, hey, guys, sorry for no uploads for a while. Life got busy and blah, blah, blah. Like, I've done that. I'm guilty of doing that. I did that recently. I'm also, dude, why am I so wet today? What happened? I did also just take my dog has no reason to be barking right now. I just took her for a walk, just got back inside. In fact, I'm wearing my dog walking clothes. These aren't dog walking clothes. I don't wear this regularly. These were the clothes that I wore when I walked my dog, and now they're saturated in my sweat. But yeah, anyways, guys, welcome to welcome to season 2. Welcome to the the hot shart of a start to season 2. That's what we're doing, ladies and gentlemen. This is the podcast now. Speaking of sharding, actually, I do want to talk a little bit right now. I haven't had the chance. I haven't had the platform or the chance to really talk about, quite possibly, the talk of the summer, the topic of the summer, really, that everybody should be talking about, everybody should be considering right now, and that is cyclosporia. Is it cyclosporia? I don't know. I don't know how you know what? Let's look it up. In fact, I forgot that what we used to do on this show is we used to do Merriam-Webster's word of the day, which I do have pulled up. How to pronounce cyclosporia? Is it? I'm going to make sure. I don't even think I spelled it right. Cyclospora. There is no. Oh, there. I don't know where the urea. Maybe from diarrhea, and I was just kind of like combining the two. Cyclosporia. That's more fun to say though. It's cyclospora. Cyclospora. That's what's going around right now. And I put it to the test yesterday. In fact, we're going to be awaiting results. It was a Taco Bell. I guess for the uninformed out there that don't know, there's a diarrhea disease going around. And Taco Bell was guilty of giving people diarrhea more so than they usually do. And I know I'm late to the punch on that joke by about a month and a half, but hey, it's the thought that counts. It's the effort that counts, right? You know? Anyways, I promise I'm not going to be so pessimistic this entire episode. We're gonna squeeze the happiness out of me. We're gonna squeeze it out of me. I'm not a stone. You can. What is that saying? You can't squeeze blood from a stone. I'm not a stone here. I'm more of like a soft wood with a refined material that you can process out of me. But it's just gonna take some time. I'm also getting over being sick, if you can't tell by my yucky voice disease that I have right now, where I sound awful. And I'm like, hello, guys. It's me. I'm doing a podcast again. Yeah, my nose is still a little yucky right now. So I'm coughing up phlegm left and right. I'm at that phase where I started with my first symptom about a week ago. I got a really bad sore throat. And then over the next couple days, I couldn't really breathe too well. I was really congested, and now I'm in the. It's all coming out of me. I'm leaking fluid. I'm like an old car with a cracked oil pan. I'm just leaking fluid. I got a couple mice that nibbled some things underneath the hood. I'm just leaking fluid all over the place. I'm getting soaked. I'm soaking your driveway right now. Maybe you're sitting in your driveway right now listening to this episode, soaking in your car. Maybe you're like a Mormon and you've got like your parents used Honda Civics. Do Mormons drive Honda Civics? Don't know. I don't see that as like really a Mormon car. What's a Mormon car? I feel like they get more expensive cars. I feel like whenever I think of a Mormon, I think they have more money than me. At least they have more money than Honda Civic money. Which, man, I wish I was in Honda Civic money territory, baby. I wish I was even there. I'm like skateboard money territory right now. That's where I am financially. Maybe I'm still sick. Maybe I shouldn't be doing. Maybe this is going to be the most disgusting episode of the show. That's the episode title. Just found it. Okay, so speaking of disgusting, we're going to be talking about getting sick. We're going to be talking about Taco Bell diarrhea disease, which is going around. I put that to the test yesterday, though. I went to Taco Bell for the first time, I think almost all summer. I think pretty much since the news broke out about the diarrhea disease that's going around that's like really, really taking its toll on people. I decided, I was like, you know what? Maybe now it's safe. You know, they say after after a really bad thing happens, I guess there's no way to beat around the bush of what I was going to say. They say after a terrorist attack happens, it's the safest time to travel. I'm using kind of that same logic here with Taco Bell, where I'm like, well, if anything, they had to get their shit together, and they want my money, and all right. So I went to Taco Bell yesterday. I got myself a crispy chicken avocado ranch taco, and I'm gonna be honest with you, man. This thing better give me diarrhea. I better get cyclospora from that, because it was horrible. It was like one of the worst tacos I've ever gotten. And I went to a Taco Bell location that, typically speaking, gives you like the best of the best. They've never let me down with like it's like, oh my God. Whoever back there was working on this taco knew what they were doing. They were like, I'm going to give that white boy a run for his money. I'm going to give him what he like truly signed up for with this taco. What he paid, whatever couple bucks I paid. I don't really remember. But yeah, I went to Taco Bell, got myself the avocado ranch crispy chicken taco, and originally in the app I was gonna hit the maybe we stay away from the lettuce for now. Maybe we still give that one time to breathe, as those people are probably having trouble breathing as they're keeled over on the toilet, emptying their bowels into it. I was like, you know what? I will be not patient zero, but the opposite of that. I will be the guinea pig to see if Taco Bell is safe again. I really am truly for the people when I do these things. Really, I'm a bit of a is it a philanthropist? I guess you can call me. I guess you can call me a bit of a philanthropist, a bit of a do-gooder. That's not really a good word for it. What's like a good word for like I did something yesterday I did it for you. I'm for the people. That's what I am. I'm for the people. Yesterday, my decision to go to Taco Bell and eat that in my car, I wolfed the whole thing down. It sucked. It wasn't that good. I don't really know why avocado ranch is a thing. I don't know where we landed on the dartboard with that one, but there we go. And it was not that good. There was an abundance of, and I like pico de gallo, don't get me wrong, but there was like a little too much. There's a little too much lettuce, like a scary amount of lettuce for a place that just had a big lettuce diarrhea scare. There was like quite an abundance of. I was like, damn, they're really. Maybe this is like the old stuff that they're really trying to get rid of. So they're like, all right, give it to this guy. He looks like, he already looks sick. What more could it really do? It couldn't hurt him anymore. And then they gave me, it was like that. For a moment, I was almost confused. I thought like, oh, did they forget to put the chicken strip in there? Because it's basically what they do is they take a chicken tender and then some kind of sauce and then lettuce, pico de gallo, whatever else, cheese, right? There was barely any cheese either. There was like the world's skinniest chicken strip buried deep in a mountain of lettuce and pico de gallo. And the pico de gallo tasted more funky than I thought it was. Like I expected maybe the lettuce was going to be, given what's going on, the lettuce was going to be kind of the thing that was like, ooh, that's hitting weird. That's hitting different than usual. But no, it was the pico de gallo that was like, ooh, that's funky. That's not good. That's probably the next thing. Maybe that one's going to have like a new disease tied to that one. Maybe like an Ebola outbreak potentially. I think that's like spread person to person. God damn, put that fucking writing degree to use, boy. But yeah, I'm awaiting. I've not had any abnormal bowel movements since yesterday. If anything, I've had the opposite problem. I'm like, oh my God, I'm not shitting at all. And it's like, maybe that's the start of it though. Maybe it's a bit like, there's like an incubation period where it's going to it's going to sit inside of me for so long. And then it's just going to it's going to build up. And like tomorrow morning, I'm going to upload this episode and then I'm going to wake up tomorrow morning and be like, or I'm going to upload this episode and I'm going to think to myself, yeah, that cyclospora, I'm probably fine. I'm safe. I'm going to be okay. It's all a bunch of conspiracy theory nonsense. And then I'm going to wake up tomorrow and just like, it's going to be like a sharp pain in my stomach at like 6 a.m. I'm going to be like, "Ugh," and then rush into the bathroom. And now round 2 of being sick with a different illness. Yeah. If you've had Cyclospora, comment down below. Let me know what it was like. I've heard some people lost a bit of weight doing that. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm in that category of kind of want to lose weight right now. I think I want to lose like a solid 5 to 10 pounds right now, because I've absolutely let it just get put on this summer. I've just been like, fuck it, why not? Get snacks from the Dollar Tree, why not, man? In fact, I was doing that whole series over on my Instagram. By the way, guys, you can go follow me on all my socials if you want to. Only if you feel so inclined to. I gotta start posting my Linktree places. I feel like that's a thing I have been lacking doing. This is the episode where Daniel talks about the things that he's been lacking doing. But yeah, I was reviewing snacks from Dollar Tree over on my Instagram, and I feel like after I was doing that, I gained a little bit of weight. I was like, oh, it's definitely starting to be a little bit noticeable. The pants are getting a little bit tighter. Some of my old shirts, because like my weight has like fluctuated throughout my life. I actually used to be like really heavy, all things considered, and nothing wrong with that. It's okay to be big sometimes. It's okay to be small sometimes. It's all a part of life, you know? But I have a lot of clothes from when I was a little bit bigger, and they're definitely starting to fit me a little bit more now, and I'm like, that's kind of nice. I'm kind of glad I didn't get rid of them. I used to be one of those people, like the minute something like didn't fit me, whether it was too big or too small, I was like, all right, sell it, donate it. But something in the back of my mind was like, keep some stuff around. You're gonna need it. You're gonna want it, pal. You're gonna be reviewing snacks from Dollar Tree over on your Instagram, and that sweater that you bought when you were 21 years old, guess what, pal? It's gonna fit you when you're almost 27. It's like investing in your future, really. That's what buying clothes. Actually, this is the mature adult response. Is that buying clothes should feel like an investment in your future. Because that's what I do a lot now whenever I buy clothes. Like, I bought this shirt, and I was like, this is a nice shirt. I like this shirt. I could wear this casually, or I can button it up, doll it all up, make it look nice, and it can be like a formal shirt. Not really. I wouldn't wear this to like a wedding, but like, I don't think I'd wear it to a funeral either. I don't really know what other formal events really are there besides weddings and funerals. I don't know. I'm not a cultured man. I'm not of this world, so who knows, man? Who knows? But yeah, whenever I buy clothes now, I feel like I'm always considering like, am I gonna wear this long term, or is this going to be something that I wear once or twice, and then I trash it completely? Like it just sits in my closet, or I end up selling it. I guess selling it would be like the right answer to something that you wear once. That reminds me, apparently there's like a whole thing of like people now who, I'm gonna have to blow my nose. We're gonna take like a nose blow break at some point in this episode. There's like a whole subgenre of person, or maybe, I don't know if you'd call it a subgenre of person, if it feels like it's like a lot of people, a majority of people, not a majority of people. There's a large group of people, these days. And I don't quite know the age demographic. I'm almost willing to bet that it's I'm gonna like really ballpark it here. I'm really gonna like not ballpark it. I'm gonna really like nail the age bracket that I think it is. I'm gonna go ages 33 to 61. That's almost 30 years, right? In that bracket. Right, in that age bracket, there's like a large group of people who who are dying of the same sickness that I am, who buy all their clothes online, who don't know their sizes, which granted, there's no such thing as like universal sizing. This shirt that I'm wearing right now, which is like really big on me, like I'm kind of like, it's more noticeable if I button it up. I'm kind of swimming in it. This is a size small, right? But if I wear like a size small from like another brand, that shit doesn't fit me. That shit's tight as hell. But there's like a group of people. I think it's a lot of those people that are like addicted to shopping online. You see, I think clothes are like the one thing, unless you definitively know your size down to the number, down to the inches and the centimeters and the everything else that you need to know. I think that unless you know that, you need to go buy your clothes in person to truly know if it's going to fit. That's why everybody has so many fucking Amazon returns these days. You know? At least I have a friend who works at a place that accepts Amazon returns. Like, you could take a package there and return it. And he tells me it's a lot of like people that like of that age bracket that I just described that like buy all their clothes off of Amazon and don't know, I guess maybe like they just kind of guess, or they don't even like it. Maybe it is the right size, but the fit is weird and they're like, "Oh, I don't like it." Well, then what are you doing? I wish I had that much expendable income that I could just like buy an entire wardrobe online and go, "Nah, I don't want it," and then return it. Like, I mean, granted, you're getting the money back, but like, I don't know. Time is money, and that's time out of my day spent returning clothes or like having to go through that whole process. That sucks. That sounds miserable. I enjoy the idea of like going into a thrift store and actually having to hunt down good stuff. You have to like wade through all these like t-shirts, like, you know, there will be like 6 of them from some like little league baseball team. You don't even know how they wound up there. Oh God, I'm getting the worst indigestion ever. I did a shot of apple cider vinegar right before I started recording, and it's like that's burning my throat on top of the fact that I think the minute the lights came on and the minute I was like talking and I don't want to be sniffling into the mic the entire episode. That's gonna warrant an angry comment, I think. Where was I? I was complaining about thrifting, and I actually not complaining about it. I was glazing it. I found a lot of good stuff. I found these jeans thrifting. I think I found this shirt while thrifting too. So, my advice is to always go thrifting. I don't know. I feel like that's been, God, that sounds so lame. What's wrong with me? I need a drink right now. Oh my God, I almost caused an avalanche behind me. Now you might be thinking, my eyes are starting to water now. What is going on? You might be thinking that I'm sipping on a nice glass of sangria, but no. You see, I do not drink alcohol anymore. This is, what did I buy? Ever since I quit drinking, I've swapped it out for like sugary, sweet stuff now. That's like my new vice. I bought a case of these sparkling ice, zero sugar fruit punches. I do so much whenever I talk about a thing that I'm like consuming on anything that I do, a podcast, a YouTube video, a stream, where like they should be paying me. I don't think that they want me being the face of this product. Maybe they do. Maybe if you work at Sparkling Ice or you know somebody who does, send them this. For audio listeners out there, I look gaunt. I look like a goddamn ghoul. I look like I live in a sewer right now. And I sound like it too. Maybe that's where I'm getting these diseases from. Maybe at the end of the day, like my brain just turns off and I just like, I GTA NPC. Like whenever somebody in GTA like disconnects from the game, their character just walks away and I just walk into a sewer and I sleep there. That's why I wake up sick all the time. It's like a werewolf, but far less interesting and nobody wants to fuck you. It's great. I think I need to take like a brief break to just like get all my yuckies out and come back maybe like a little bit clean and clearer in my voice and also in my nose, and also maybe like sop up. I don't know if the sweat is coming off on camera or if it's showing up on camera that I'm like glistening right now because I can't run the AC while I do this show. I can only have it on fan mode because otherwise, if you thought it sounded like your car was making a funny noise while listening to this episode, if I were to put that AC on, you'd be convinced. You'd pull right into that mechanic and start complaining, start getting your car all looked at and whatnot. All right, I'm going to be right back. I'm going to go, just get everything out of my body. Do you guys want to see how fast I can drink 1 can of this sparkling ice, zero sugar, fruit punch flavor? Also, this was kind of expensive, the entire case. There's 10 of these little cans in there. I don't remember how much it was, but I remember being at the self-checkout and gasping. I was like, oh my God, that much money for these 10 miniature ass cans? How many fluid ounces is in this? What are we? 7.5 fluid ounces? And I remember feeling like I got scammed a little bit. But you know what? Small price to pay for a little treat. Let's see how fast I can drink. Let's see how fast I can drink 7.5 fluid ounces of this drink. I don't know how fast that was. I wasn't keeping track of time. I'm willing to say that was about 3 seconds. That's actually really impressive. I just looked over at the Audacity recording and I was like, oh my God, I'm a monster. Well, anyways, don't tell me I'm getting a phlegmy throat again already. Oh my God. As I was hanging my head over the sink, just blowing my nose into it, and yeah, I've gone past the point of tissues. I'm just like, you know what? I kind of want to see what it looks like. Let me just blow it all into a sink. So I was hacking up I was going like that into the sink. I was blowing my nose. I was going, I'm not going to do it because I think if I were to seriously try, I'm such a mess this episode, man. No. I came up with something while I was doing that. While I was like, man, I really need to check my attitude on this episode. It's the first episode back in a long time where we're kind of in a return to form, a return to the normalcy. Oh, God, now I'm going to be burping the rest of the episode. Apple cider vinegar and fruit punch, they don't mix. What was I saying? I came up with something, though, and I said I need to stop. And we're going to do a little exercise here, guys. We're going to do a little exercise right now, okay? We're gonna come up with an acronym for stop. Do you guys ever have to do that in middle school or elementary school? It's when you can't regulate your feelings or when you don't know what to do, whatever, right? There's ACE for acing a test or whatever, accuracy, celibacy, ecstasy. I don't know what it stands for. I wasn't a good student. I was like, you know what? We're gonna come up with an acronym for stop for this show. And it's whenever I'm getting all uppity with my attitude, whenever I'm feeling a little zesty, not zesty, whenever I'm feeling a little negative emotion-y, we're gonna start with, okay, see, stop, okay? Let's put on let's put a big smile on. Let's put a big smile on my face. All right, stop. Let's see. S-T-O-P. S. See things more clearly. See things for what they are. So you're gonna stop, right? And I can't go stop. S stands for stop. We can't include stop in any of the definitions for the acronym here, okay? S. See things for what they are, okay? I will do that right now. I'm seeing things for what they are. I'm getting over being sick. So maybe this episode isn't going to be the sharpest episode, but I knew that I wanted to sit down and make something and record something and put it out into the world just to get the ball rolling again, you know? So that's my see things for what they are. T. Tell yourself that everything is going to be all right. And I'm gonna say that this episode is gonna get a very positive reception from people. There's gonna be a lot of nice comments. People saying, Dan, You always look sweaty. Nothing out of the norm here. Nothing out of the nothing out of the ordinary there, pal. You look just fine. I like your shirt. That's what everybody in the comment section is going to say. They're going to say, "I like your shirt. You have a nice shirt on." O. Operate. No. O. S-T-O. O. Operate your... God. No. I can't get negative. Got to stay positive. Positive. O is just operate. We're operate. You just operate, okay? You see things more clearly, tell yourself everything's going to be okay, and then you operate, okay? You get action. It's the action, okay? It's a one-word answer there. Operate. It's be proactive, okay? And that's P. There we go. Proactive. Operate. Proactive. Proactivity. No, I guess just it can't be proactive because it's not STOB. So, okay. There we go. We came up with an acronym that we are going to have to reference from here on out on every episode of this show. And that goes for guests too. Whenever I have a guest on, you are going to, if I catch you getting negative on the show, you're being, you're letting your attitude get in the way, I'm going to tell you to stop. That means see things more clearly. Tell yourself, we know, you guys just went over it. Maybe we'll print that on a shirt or maybe a poster in the background here. That'll be kind of fun, right? Like a little, like, one of those like anti-bullying zone posters. I would love to get one of those just for my room. That'd be fun. Just anti-bully, like, this is a no bully zone. Get your bullies out of here. If you're going to bully a kid, I don't know why you'd be in my room bullying a kid. I would really hope that there would be no context, that there would be... Yeah, actually, okay. All right, I'm not going to talk myself into that corner. You know what? We're 30 minutes into the episode. Let's do the word of the day, because we're bringing that back. Merriam-Webster's word of the day. It is cyclospora. Nope, just kidding. It is colloquial. I know how to say that word. I messed up, okay? You have to be nice to me. I'm getting over being sick. You got to be nice to me, okay? Everybody... Oh, the wavelength on that cough was beautiful. Oh, God. This whole episode's a disaster. Somebody out there is, like, listening to this, like, secondhand listening to this episode and is like, are you listening to, like, somebody's, like, great-grandfather who's got, like, a, stage 1000 lung cancer, who's been smoking for, like, 90 years? That would be a good podcast, actually. That would be... So enough of these young people making... We need, like, old people who've, like, done insane things with their lives. We need, like, an old person who's been drinking moonshine since he was, like, 2 to have a podcast. And he's, like, 100 now. Make that into it. That is where the real content would be, right? Anyways, colloquial. I can still do that voice. In fact, I think I can do it even better now that I'm sick. What it means. I mean, I can kind of... I'm still going to read the definition for you guys. Colloquial... Stop. See things more clearly. Tell yourself everything's going to be okay. Operate. Proactive. Colloquial is used with words like term and word and expression to describe language that is, it's like something that's familiar. It's colloquial. Okay. What an awful way to describe the word. That was an awful definition there. Language that is used in familiar and informal conversation. Their example is the author can switch from formal academic language to a charmingly colloquial style, depending on the audience and subject of her writing. That was Merriam-Webster. You really blew it there. That's what I gotta say. Geez Louise. Hire a better writer who can do a better job. Maybe that'll be me. Maybe that'll be my next job. I'm gonna take a fat sip of this drink here. Oh, why did that taste off? Maybe I put some of that pico de gallo from Taco Bell in it yesterday. Maybe that's why my drink tastes off. Maybe I spiked it with the Taco Bell pico de gallo. That tastes so funky, so off. I also saw, I want to talk about that real quick. I want to talk about, not that, no. I want to talk about another thing that I saw that I'm going to look at right now, because I saw it when I was looking up the word of the day, and I saw that they had an option for word of the year. This is the, I guess, 2020, Merriam-Webster's word of the year. Or I guess, it's 2025 word of the year is slop. Yeah, okay. I think that that's a good way to describe what that year was, and I think it's also a good way to, I feel like that word is kind of hitting its quota of being overused. You know what I mean? Like, everybody's saying it now. Everything is slop unless it's the highest quality. Even things of quality are slop now. It's kind of like, I've talked about this before. I've talked about this ad nauseum. It pisses me off. It's when you come up with a word to describe something, and then it picks up so much traction, and everybody is like, you know what? It loses its definition. That's what I'm trying to say. Slop has kind of lost its definition to me. That's what I'm trying to say. It's like everything is slop now. And I think it all started with friend slop, which is what they describe, like video games that are only good if you play them with a group of people, which I feel like you could, again, well, that's kind of where the name comes from, I guess, friend slop. You know, it's, of course, anything would be fun with a group of friends. Digging a ditch would be fun. Like, on your own, that's kind of boring, but it's fun with a group of friends, you know? You know what else is fun with a group of friends? I didn't really have a follow-up to that, if I'm being honest with you. I couldn't really think of a nice, solid follow-up. This is the part of the show where I like to go into my notes and look at what I wrote down for, what to reference when I run out of shit to talk about. Like, I really hit my mental capacity limit, cap. There we go. That's a word people don't use anymore. People don't say, I feel like nobody says cap anymore. That's cap. That one got left in like 2023, I think. I don't know. I'm still mentally in 2024. To me, Hawk 2 happened like last year, or it did happen like last week. That's what I meant to say. Damn, bro, my brain is cooked. This is the cooked brain podcast. This is the microwaved brain. That'd be a better name for a podcast, microwaved brain. But we would need to get like a host who like actually has like a cooked brain. Somebody who like, I don't know, has lived probably a 102-year-old man who's been drinking moonshine since he was 2 years old. That would be a good name for the show, Microwaved Brain. He doesn't know what he's talking about, and that's what makes it kind of interesting. Let's see what I wrote down. What did I write down? I said, a woman outside of Dollar Tree got me to sign something. I don't know what. I don't know. When the fuck did that happen? I think that... Oh, I remember this. Oh, my God. That was like 2 days ago, and it was... I pulled up to Dollar Tree, and it was like just started pouring rain. Like, I was like, oh, my God, that is crazy. I'm going to, like... I got out of my car, and it was already kind of drizzling a little bit, right? And then, like, the minute I stepped out of my car, I took the first few steps. It went from, like, little pitter-patter, a little, a nice delicate drizzle to, like, absolutely soaking me. I was wearing it's sitting in my dirty laundry right now. My hoodie got completely drenched. And so I'm, like, trying to rush into this Dollar Tree, and standing outside was this woman with like a clipboard, and she was like an older woman, so I was like trying to be all nice and whatever. I didn't really, at first, honestly, I thought maybe she was gonna ask me for like money or something, and then I saw the clipboard and I was like, oh, okay, maybe this I don't know what this is, right? And she said something to me. Mind you, I was still kind of like I was still on the mend of getting sick. I wasn't sick still, but like I was like getting over it still. And she was like, "Excuse me, sir, if I have a minute of your time." And then she just said, like, she was saying something to me. It was like totally in one ear, out the other for me. I was just like, I don't know what she's saying to me. If signing this thing means that I get over with this interaction quicker so I can go inside of Dollar Tree and get whatever I have to get. Wouldn't you believe it? I was getting a Coke Zero and some pretzels. That's what I wanted. Whatever gets me closer to that right now and gets me out of this, okay, I'll sign whatever it was. And I wrote down like my full name and my address for some reason. I don't know what I signed. I don't know what I signed up for. I don't know if I'm going to get something in the mail. Is somebody going to come to my house? I don't know. But that just goes to show how easy I am to get. If you ever want to get me, like, I don't know, get me in some capacity, the best thing to do is stand outside somewhere with a clipboard and just trap me in a social obligation or at least what I will feel like is a social obligation to sign up for something. I don't know what I did. Maybe it's going to cost me money. I have no idea. Oh, this would be kind of fun to talk about. While I was inside a Dollar Tree, let's see if I can actually find it. Yeah, if anybody has any guesses as to what I signed up for, you can sound off in the comments below. Let me know what you think I might have signed up for. I need to find this. I thought this would be really funny for the episode. Give me one moment. Oh, I know where it is. Hold on. Everybody bear with me for like 2 seconds. 1, 2. Bear with me for even longer. 1, 2, 3, 4. Where the fuck is it? Where did I put it? Oh my god. Here it is. I found it. Okay. I forgot my closet door is broken. I didn't know that Dollar Tree sold these. In fact, I don't know how accurate this is, but I found myself an at-home marijuana drug test kit while I was there. This was $1.25. And I don't know. I feel like for $1.25, aren't drug tests expensive? Like, don't businesses isn't that like a bit of a big expense? Or is marijuana specific? Is that like for like testing for like harder drugs? It's harder to do? Because like, I was always under the impression that like some businesses didn't bother with drug tests because they're expensive. This was $1.25. I don't know how accurate this is going to be. I don't know why I bought it either. Like, I know I'm not going to pass. I mean, who knows? I know I'm not going to pass this. Or, I mean, pass a drug test? I don't know. I know I'm going to test positive on this. So, yeah, I don't know why I bought this. I guess it would have only really worked if I didn't have any THC in my system. Which it sticks around in your system for like up to a month. So, yeah, I definitely have no chance of testing negative on this. Maybe I should find somebody maybe I'll go back, I'll buy another one, and like I'll find somebody who I know who would test negative to like test the accuracy of this thing. Because like I don't know. I don't even know why I bought. How do you do this? What do you do? So you pee in a cup. That's so much fun. I love doing that. Pee in a cup, and then you dip the strip in there, and then okay. I mean, you know what? If I ever do like a live show or something like that, or like a meet and greet or whatever, or maybe if I ever sell merch, I'm going to include these as like a little like thank you. Some people do stickers. Some people do like maybe like a poster or something like that. I'm going to do at-home drug tests from Dollar Tree. And Dollar Tree, if you'd like to sponsor that, please do. I also saw recently that they're banning the THC seltzers, which I will admit I like those things a little too much. And if they ban those, I will riot. In fact, I saw that they were planning on banning those by the end of the year. I don't know if that's like a nationwide thing or just like my state where I live, but I thought about like I don't think they should be able to ban them. I feel like that should be like a thing a thing that you're not allowed to do is just ban something. Once something's become legal, you shouldn't be able to ban it. That should always apply all across the board and never be, I'm being sarcastic. Somebody's going to be, well, if that were the case, blah, 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 in the comment section if I don't say that I'm being sarcastic. No, but I do think that it's kind of ridiculous how they can just like introduce these things to the market, get people drinking them and whatnot. There's probably people out there who are like drinking them as like an alternative to alcohol. And then all of a sudden go, actually, never mind. And then completely just pull them from the market. I feel like that's kind of unfair. That's a little bit unfair. Oh my God. I thought for a second that we were not recording audio and I was going to fucking riot. But I thought to myself, I was like, well, if they're going to ban these things soon, why not try them all? You know, why not try all of the THC seltzers that are on the market right now? And maybe even like review them for YouTube. Maybe every podcast episode, I could review a new THC seltzer at the beginning of the episode, and then we can watch as it slowly hits me throughout the episode. This is like an idea that somebody in high school comes up with and is like, yeah, that's what I'm going to do with my life. That's the job that I want. I have a genius business idea. I am going to start a podcast where I get really high. It'll be so funny and everybody's going to like it. And BuzzFeed is going to buy it. And then I'm going to have to escape that awful company and get away from them. And then I'm going to go independent. And then I'm going to start my own marijuana brand. This is all a really good idea, actually. You know, come to think of it, don't steal that idea, actually. Maybe we will introduce like a segment on a couple of these episodes where it's THC seltzer review time before these things become a felony. I think that that's the crazy part to me, is that in I think it's Texas right now, just completely outlawed everything THC related. Like if it contains THC at all, it's no. That's a felony now. You can't have that. No. I think that's that's crazy to me that you could just go to a store and then I don't know, the next day, some law changes and next thing you know, the thing that you bought a week ago or a day ago is a felony. A felony. Why did I say it God damn, dude? Maybe I should have just held off on recording this episode. Stop. See things more clearly. Tell yourself everything's going to be okay. Operate proactive. Sorry guys, I had to check myself right there. I felt the negativity starting to creep back in, kind of like an infection, which is what I had in my throat. Let's clear that actually. Let's clear the I feel like ever since I started recording, I was feeling fine today. And then the minute I started recording, the minute I started actually doing something, I ran some errands, walked the dog, fed the dogs lunch. They had yogurt, if you were wondering. And then the minute I got the lights, the cameras on and everything, the minute I was like, you know what? We're back in action, baby. I got my energy. Let's do this. It was just, nope, you're sick again. It's no, not so fast, pal. Not so fast. I still got my claw grip on your immune system and your ability to talk. That's actually something that I noticed in my absence of doing anything for a while, was that I noticed how much my voice has changed. I don't use my voice as much anymore. Whenever you're streaming, I'm screaming my fucking lungs out sometimes. Or making videos or podcasting. I used to have this really good voice. I was almost like that homeless guy who had the golden voice for radio. That guy, I was almost like him in a way. That is such an awful That's gonna get me a couple angry DMs, I think. But I had such a good voice for it, and now I'm it's hey guys, I'm back. Do you want to listen to me? It's gonna be such a good time. Oh, here's what my body's doing right now. Do you want to watch me get diarrhea? That's what this is just turned into. Maybe doing that is actually gonna help me get my oh no, that made me so much worse. I'm gonna take a bunch of NyQuil after. That sounds like a really bad idea. I'm gonna take a bunch of NyQuil after I'm done recording this. I'm gonna get fucking NyQuil fucked up. That's actually really not fun. In being sick, I used to not like. I was one of those people, like, up until I turned, I want to say 22, 23, I didn't really get like crazy sick until around that age. Like growing up, I would get like a cold every once in a while, maybe the stomach bug like once a year, if that. But then like I turned that age, and like every time I get sick now, it's like every symptom: fever, cough, sore throat, runny nose, and like it takes me so long to recover. I hope by next week. By the way, yes, I guess maybe this is as we're kind of getting towards the tail end of the episode. I guess we're gonna go till the camera battery dies. Why not? Let's go by just for old time's sake. I guess this episode, this show is gonna become a weekly basis thing again. I think we're just gonna be doing. I don't think Patreon's coming back yet. But when it does, I will announce that. I'll be like, hey guys, Patreon's active again. But yeah, no. For now, I think we're going to be doing 1 hour once a week on the channel, and other stuff in between over on the main channel, where I'm going to be doing I really should get on that. Oh, you know what? This will be a fun little thing to do on the episode as like I have an idea. Everybody sit tight, and if my laptop falls off this bench, I'm going to say a word that'll get me canceled. Don't know which word that'll be, but you can make it up in your head. Why does this happen to me? I got something. I want to show you guys. This will be such a good way to use it in the episode. It's not the drug. Why was that buried so deep? What is wrong with me? Here we go. I got it. Hey, look at that. That's right. I really should get back into making YouTube videos over on the main channel, because I got a second camera. That's right. I think I actually already talked about this on last week's episode, which I didn't. Oh my God, I look horrible with this. Oh my God, why did I do this? Ugh. Anyways, yeah, I got like a new little camera here. So like this episode, or this camera can be like a stationary camera, and then maybe like while I'm making snack reviews or something, or maybe doing like a cooking video, or just shooting something on the fly. You never know when inspiration will hit you. I have this little camera here to get close-up shots of stuff. So yeah, that's real convenient. In fact, yeah, like I said, last week's episode, I recorded it on this because I didn't really intend on. I guess I could talk about this for like the rest of the episode. I didn't like fully intend on coming back like the following week. It's like I recorded last week's episode in a park on that camera using my my Apple headphones like as a microphone, and yeah, I didn't really. I was like, you know what? Oh no, wait, no. I fully anticipated on recording an entire episode. I forgot. I left everything at home, and forgot to bring everything that I needed. So I just made do with what I had. Country girls, we make do. But yeah, I didn't intend on like coming back like, well, I guess no, I sort of did. I'm lying to you guys now. I'm sorry. I'm being a liar. Lost my train of thought. Perfect time to lose your train of thought. I was making an important point about something, and now I lost it. Oh, I think it made perfect sense that, like, I made last week's episode, and then, like, literally, like, later that day, as I was uploading it, I was like, man, my throat's getting kind of scratchy. Like, what's going on? I'm like, ooh, my throat's all itchy and whatnot. What did I do? Did I breathe something in that I shouldn't have? What's going on? And then, wouldn't you know it, I got sick, and I was like, man, this is going to thwart my ability to do anything, to make any podcast for a while. But I was like, you know what? I'm going to come back even stronger I was actually going to record yesterday, this episode. And yesterday I was like, ugh, I'm still not 100%. So we'll give it another day. And here I am, still sore, still coughing, still sniffling. I miss being sick when I was like a kid. You know what I mean? Like when you're sick as a kid, you stay in bed, movie marathon all day. If you were like lucky enough and grew up in the same era that I did, it was like, okay, I'll lay in bed, put on the TV. If you were lucky, you had a DVD player or something to watch, like, watch movies, or I guess the internet was around, but it wasn't as like accessible. I had an iPod Touch that I could like watch YouTube videos on that's actually what I spent a majority of my time doing. Now that I remember, I had a tiny little iPod Touch. I actually just sold it to one of those machines outside of a Walmart that gives you cash for your tech. And I was like, maybe I'll get like $10-15 for this thing. It had like the old big charging port. It's and a big gaping fucking cloaca on the bottom of it. And I was like, man, you don't see this anymore. I think my phone has like even my phone has like what is now considered like an older charging port, the Lightning thing. I guess every new phone has like the same thing that my MacBook has the same cloaca that my MacBook has. Just the tech cloaca. Yeah, I got like $1 for my childhood iPod Touch. I got $1 because it didn't turn on. I don't have a charger for it. And the last time, if I remember correctly, the last time I turned that thing on was probably about 10 years ago. And the battery lasted about 5 minutes before it would die again. Speaking of dead batteries, the battery in the camera is giving me the warning light that it is about to expel itself. So I'm going to keep it brief here. I'm going to wrap this up. I want to thank you guys so much for bearing with me through this entire episode. Hopefully you did bear with me through this entire episode. If you did or you didn't, I very much do appreciate it. I know I don't sound 100%. Hopefully by next week, I'll be back in action. I'll be feeling a little bit better. And I think this is going to be kind of the launch pad towards finally, filming other stuff too. Now that I have this little doohickey to make videos with, maybe we'll get back into doing things like we used to. There's like a song I'm thinking of. Nope, those aren't the lyrics. I was thinking it's like a Hozier song I was thinking of, where it's I heard somebody pronounce his, I gotta go on a rant about this real quick before I end somebody pronounced his name as Hozier. Fuck you. Too many syllables. Hozier. Those are all acceptable. I said that 3 different ways right there. Hozier, get your fucking Tumblr ass out of here. Get your Tumblr sexy man, button up vest with the white button up shirt out of here. Get out of here. Learn to say things right. I don't know. I just made up a person. If you're out there watching this right now and you're wearing that and you pronounce his name like that, I'm not sorry. Fuck you. Don't unsubscribe, actually. Sorry. I'm going to do it. Stop. See things for what they are. Everybody's different. Some people like to dress like that. Tell yourself everything's going to be okay. Hey, you know what? What other people do doesn't affect me. So what do I care? Okay. Operate proactive. Okay. We're just going to, we're going to finish the episode here. Subscribe here. And then also if you're, if you want to listen to this on Spotify, I'm going to start uploading them onto Spotify. Jesus Christ. Last week's episode could not be uploaded to Spotify. I don't know why, but whatever. Last week's episode was kind of a dud anyways, so yeah, camera just died. All right. You guys are going to get all audio here as I finish the episode. Thank you so much. That's all I really got to say. I appreciate everybody sticking with me. If you're along for the ride for this next chapter, thank you so much. If you're getting off at this is your stop at the train station, and I say farewell to you. Thank you for your support anyways. All right, guys. See you guys next week. Peace out. Bye-bye. Drink lots of fluids and don't get sick. A little bit of advice for you at the end there.